Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel where it's all Juve all the time. That's right, so please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you feel inclined to try and support the pod and channel, check out stripepartsapparel.com for the latest in custom Juve fan merch. Now, never ever a dull moment surrounding Juventus, and the past 24 hours have been anything but dull. Rudiger to Juventus, that was announced, and of course by Gazzetta. Everybody wants to throw away Gazzetta as a credible source. Keep in mind they have 3 or 4 Juve supporters that are very, very close-knit to the club within Gazzetta. So they said Rudiger to Juventus is done. Personal terms have been agreed. Romeo Gresti came out and then said nothing concrete. Mirko Di Natale came out and said nothing concrete. However, they are favorites to sign Rudiger. Then another gentleman, Marcello Chirico, comes out and says Juventus is close to not only Rudiger, but Emerson Palmieri from Chelsea. And now he also reported, that Jorginho may in fact terminate his contract or attempt to terminate his contract with Chelsea that only has 1 more year remaining and has been offered 6.5 million euros by Juventus to join. So you not only have Rudiger, but you have Emerson and Jorginho, all possibilities. Juventus? Is that what we're becoming? I don't know, but I'll tell you what. My quick opinions on these. Rudiger's good to go, and he's good to start. You got Rudiger and De Ligt. As much as it pains me to say, Chiellini is probably on his way out, okay? And it's never going to be easy to say goodbye to that warrior, but I think the time has come. We need the bodies. We still have Rugani under contract till 2024, and he's proven this year that he can be an asset. You have him around. Bonucci, you keep him. You just don't use him as a workhorse anymore, okay? And he'll still have value. And you have Danilo that can provide coverage as well. Rudiger, De Ligt would be an absolutely monster pairing. This also allows Gatti to come into the fold and develop with the team while having Bonucci and Rugani there too. This is great. Gives you the flexibility to go with a 2 center back system or even a 3 center back system if you choose. So there you have it. Now on to Emerson Palmieri. Definitely an upgrade, I think, in terms of Sandro, without a doubt. Is he still that profile that we need on the left side? He will help. But I think the biggest thing, even with all these, and even when you factor in Jorginho, we still need that driving force out of the middle of the park, okay? So we still need to shore up that left side, but Emerson would be an upgrade to Sandro. Obviously, Jorginho would step in and be an absolute solid central defensive midfielder, regista, and Locatelli would have his freedom, but you'd still need that driving force out of the middle. But this is definitely good business for me. Rudiger on a free, paying his wages and whatnot. Obviously, you're probably going to overpay. We still got to see the structure of that. Jorginho at 6.5. Hell, with what we've given some of these other guys, I still say I do it. I do it. I'm telling you. And I know a lot of Juventini are actually against it, but this would be a solid swoop. Left back, there are some other left back options I personally like, possibly a little more than Emerson, but this would not be bad by any means. So this is the latest, and it's been absolute madness, whatnot. I can't wait to hear from all of you and what you think about these rumblings. Now, like I said, never a dull moment. We shift our focus to the training session that took place, and Dybala and Cuadrado were the names mentioned, saying to Max and getting into a heated discussion with Max about the training sessions booked prior to the match against Salernitana coming up tomorrow. And Max apparently shouted out, "You, Paulo, of all people." Now, take the media side. Take the media out of it. And of course, they could have changed words to create a little bit more fire to it and get more clicks and whatnot. So take that out of the equation. Max did confirm, however, in his press conference today that the players did ask for more free time. All right. Max said as he went to sleep that night after that another European nightmare against Villarreal that we suffered midweek, that he felt we were too soft. He spoke to this incident and said we needed a little bit of chaos, a little bit of a mess to kind of bring that fire out and whatnot. So he actually thanked the guys for the opportunity because he flat out just said, no, there's nothing else in it, despite Gazzetta saying that it's this big heated discussion. But it does paint a picture, and I do agree with Max in terms of this team being mentally soft. I'm going to take you guys through a little bit of my opinion here and my thoughts on this Juventus team. Okay, I've grown up with Juventus, and I'm fairly old, okay? But I've always loved with the club that it was no like zero tolerance toward any type of nonsense. Okay, this is the Juventus I knew and grew up. You came, you joined, and you fell in line, and this is the way it was. You know, get with it. There's two options you could do: nothing and like it, but you fall in line. I loved the sense that this team could take players with troubled backgrounds and they would come in and be non-issues for Juventus. I can think of about three transfers off the top of my head of players that were issues at other clubs that came in and fell right in line and were actually valuable assets to Juventus. I was bothered by CR7 and a couple of his actions, and that I felt the team went lightly on CR7, and we started to lose that spine. We started to lose it even prior to CR7 coming in, but now all of a sudden, with anybody on this particular roster right now, I'm actually with Max and the club in setting the tone, setting the standard, and saying, no, okay, I know we have questions about is our training methods, are they too strong? Are they too tough? Are we overloading the players? However, after what happened midweek, every single one of those players should be dedicated to the cause, not wanting to pack it in now because we're out of Champions League, but finishing the season as strong as damn possible, regaining the sense of pride that we lost a little chunk of due to that loss, and get back down to business and figure out how you're going to blast the next opponent and score a bunch of goals since you couldn't crack Villarreal for 75 minutes, even though you were controlling play and got a bunch of chances. Get down to business, get down to work. Stop thinking about your free time and start putting the thoughts into this team and how we can progress and finish strong down the season, as there's still a couple objectives that need to be met. Okay, so I'm actually within line. That's my 2 cents on that. Can't wait to hear from all you Juventini. Okay, now as far as wrapping up Max Allegri's press conference, basically he started talking about some of the players, but he did speak to this incident, just saying, "Hey, I I thank the lads for the opportunity to create a little bit of a mess because sometimes you need it," and he had to shut it down. So he thanked them to it. I'm with Max now. In terms of the players and Max speaking to them in terms of fitness and whatnot, he was questioned about Miretti, and he said Miretti, he will evaluate and then obviously choose his players, but he did try a few different things in training. That's all he let know about that. In terms of Arthur, he said Arthur will play tomorrow. He said Chiellini, Dybala, and Bernardeschi are all better, but they still don't have 90 minutes in their legs. Okay, so that's all he kind of really led on with the players. But he did say that not all is negative in terms of how they were trying to treat this press conference and the mood and the tone. He said there is still a lot of positives. And he says, if you look back to January 6th, we were -10 on Atalanta. Now we're in a position to consolidate fourth place. And not only that, but we're -3 on Inter. And there's still a clash yet to be played, which will be next after Salernitana against Inter. So he said, who would have thought that on January 6th? He says, so it's not all lost. Still a lot of positives. And he believes that they have a solid foundation that they're building. And he said that his thoughts and the club's thoughts are perfectly in line and in harmony. So there you have it. That wraps up all the news for today with Juventus. It's been a whirlwind of 24 hours. I can't wait to hear from you all. And again, reminder, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're getting ready for Salernitana tomorrow. We will be live for a match day live. And our man, Daniele Lucci, will be running it. Okay, that's right. It's going to be Lucci hour tomorrow on the Match Day Live. I will be there, but I will just be kicking it and letting him run the show. So make sure you join us here live tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, as we get ready, and that'll take you pretty much right into kickoff of that match, as it's 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern time start time. Can't wait to see you all there at the live. Finoallafine, Forza Juve, ciao tutti.